to take a closer look at a unique group called Waiting to Hear. And here to talk about it is Shannon Ball, who is the CEO and founder. Thank you for being on the show with us today.
Well, thanks for having me on.
I heard about your organization, and I just thought it would be great to get a little more in-depth information so that we can get an understanding of what Waiting to Hear is. So tell me about it.
Waiting to Hear is a fairly new nonprofit. We're based here in Northeast Tennessee. We've been doing what we do for going on about 2.5 years now.
Wow.
Okay. And we're dedicated to helping deaf children hear.
Oh. Now, this is with, you were saying
Cochlear implants.
cochlear, I can't say it, implants, which is a little different from hearing aids.
It is. Hearing aids amplify the sound. It basically takes the sound that's in the environment and turns it up, which works well for people with mild to moderate hearing loss. A cochlear implant is a medical device that's actually implanted under the skin.
Okay.
And it is for folks that are more in that severe to profound hearing loss, folks who are technically deaf. And what it does is it actually takes the sound and turns it into an electrical signal and puts it directly into the auditory nerve. So it almost functions as an artificial ear.
And these are fairly expensive devices.
They are usually for kids who are going in and having bilateral surgery, so they're having both ears done at the same time. The bill usually runs somewhere around $250,000.
Unbelievable. But, you know, if you're a parent and your child is suffering from something like this, it would be worth every penny.
Oh, absolutely.
But this is why you started this organization, because you have a story yourself, right?
It is. My daughter actually, when she was about 2.5, she lost her hearing fairly suddenly. And her mom and I, we literally did not know where to turn. There were no resources in the area. We'd actually never heard of a cochlear implant before. And we found out later on that that's a huge problem. That actually only about 5% of the folks who are eligible for cochlear implants go on to receive the device, and a lot of it is simply because people have never heard of it before. They don't realize that it's an option.
I hadn't either, so I'm glad that we're taking a closer look at this right now. But
they are literally little electronic miracles. But we, after Sarah got her implants, we saw such a huge change, and another family had kind of met us a few days after we were diagnosed and had taken us under their wing and said, look, you know, we're going to, you know, tell you everything you need to know in order to get you back to a hearing outcome. And so afterwards, we started learning some of the statistics, and we said, you know, we really need to do something to get a little more awareness out there. So that's kind of when Waiting to Hear was really born.
I love that. So you guys are really a great resource for people that are actually going through this.
We try every year when we do our events. It never fails. We have a family contact us just because they heard about the events on television or saw it in the paper, and they'll call us up and say, hey, you know, I'm in the same place that you were a few years ago, and I don't know where to turn. And so we try to do the same thing that was done for us. We try to kind of take them under the wing and say, look, here's all the information you need. And then we have some other services to help those kids after implantation.
Oh, okay. So, wow, what a great resource. But I got to hear about this one event. It's called Hear Me Roar, and it's at the Creation Kingdom Zoo. So tell me about this.
Oh, Hear Me Roar is really kind of our signature event. It was the very first fundraiser that we ever did. And there's actually a little bit of a backstory to Hear Me Roar and why we're there at the zoo, because everyone keeps asking me, okay, what does the zoo have to do with it?
Yes.
And how do you make that connection? And we actually heard about the zoo for the first time when my daughter was having her sedated hearing test done. Back before we were ever diagnosed, we were trying to figure out what was going on. And I overheard a couple of gentlemen talking in the waiting room about a zoo in Gate City. So we decided we'd go down and check it out. So we did, and Sarah loved it. We started going there pretty often, and at first we would use it for kind of a teaching experience.
Okay.
We'd go there, and she'd learn sign language for all the different animals.
Yeah.
And then not long after she got her cochlear implants, We were at the zoo, and there was one area with, I wish Mark was here to tell me what kind of bird it was. But, there's these big tropical birds that they had that sit on perches kind of suspended from the ceiling.
Yes.
And we were walking underneath those, and the birds made this huge squawking
Yes, that
noise.
squawky noise.
And when they did that, Sarah looked up, and her eyes just lit up. And all of a sudden, she starts pointing, and she was signing bird, bird. And that's the point where we really knew
That it was working.
that, you know, this was going to be a good outcome. So ever since then, we...
That's some of the photos at the event and what you can expect, because there's a whole bunch of costumes, characters that are going to be there, right?
Absolutely. We have over 20 characters coming this year. We've got princesses and superheroes, lots of kids' cartoons characters. It's a blast for the kids. And then at the end of the night, we do a drawing for tickets to places in Pigeon Forge, like Dollywood and WonderWorks.
You've got to go to this event. It's unique. 3rd annual Here We Roar event at Creation Kingdom Zoo there in Gate City. Information's on the screens. Coming up Saturday, August the 6th, 7 p.m. Tickets still available, only $10. Shannon, thank you so much.
Oh, thanks for having me.
To wait for a lightning strike.